Hello again, and I hope till now you can answer these these two questions or this question. Why sometimes when you get or when you issue a command in Linux you get command not found? Why is there? What is the relation of this output with the variable or shell variable called path? What happens when you issue a command called ls? So for example, when you type here ls, what happens here? Why you get this output? Where this command is stored? How Linux kernel can get the output using this command? What is the relation with the path shell variable? Okay, and when you answer this question, then you have to remember my first statement when I mentioned no magic in Linux. Okay, and then you should be able to answer why we get command not found. Okay, why this is not found, command not found, why? All right. Okay, so let's move forward and let's continue our uh, um, practice, and now let's talk about aliases. So aliases alias is already needed when you have a long command. For example, here you can see grab color auto. So instead of writing a grab color equals auto, you can write it like this directly. You only write the grab and it will be executed in the command grab with the option color auto. You have to know here that you write the new alias, which is about a nickname, and no space, and then also there is no space after the equal signs, and then you put what you want here. Let's do something here and let's type alias. Let's see what type of aliases do we have in this system. In my distribution, we have an alias L. When I type L, then automatically it's going to be ls option cf. When I type LA, then it's going to be automatically LS with the option -A. If you are curious what are there, then you can search them now in Google. I will be explaining this in the next video when we talk about more about the commands. Okay, so what does it mean C and F? What is the output? And let's make sure that everything is fine. So if I type here L, then I see this output. And when I type ls minus or option cf, then I get the same output like before because it's an alias. Okay, so let's say that I would like to make my own alias. So I'm going to say alias, and then I say Linux, and then I put or Linux 2, let's say, and then I put an equal, and then I put ls -a, and then let's press enter, and then when I type Linux or I type alias, this is what I have done. Linux, this is what I have done. So if I type this, it is the same when I type ls -a. By the way, this is not permanent. So if I close the shell and I run it again, then what I have done now will not be there anymore because it's not permanent. So to make it permanent, you have to modify the file in the shell script. So let's say VM, the name of the file, it depends on the distribution you are using, but since this is an open tool, so it's going to be bash rc, and this is the name of the file, bash rc, and VM is an editor in Linux, vim. Okay, so if you don't know it, no problem. You have to know that this is an editor, just like text editor and a text editor in Windows, or Notepad in Windows, but this is in Linux. This is the command how to start it, called vim. And this is not my topic. My topic is about this .bash rc, which is a file hidden stored in the bash script, and it's automatically loaded when you start the bash. So let's see this, and you can see here like all the variables. Here set the history should be 1000, and as you can see, this is the history size. That's why it was 1000 at the beginning when we were talking about in the first video. And let's search about alias, and here are the aliases what we have seen. Okay, so that's why this is the file that you would like to modify if you have to make an alias permanent. Okay, these what I have seen in the bash script or in the terminal. Okay, let's now close this. And it's all about Vim. It's an off topic. It's not my topic right now. We will talk about it later when we reach how to edit files in Linux. But just I wanted to share this information with you. So if you make an alias, then you can follow the same thing that I have made here. You give the name alias and then give you name of the shortcut or the new name, and then you write the command what you want here. Remember, no spaces after the before or after the equals sign. All right. Okay, so that's what does it mean with the alias and the bash rc. Okay, so remember, I think this is nice. If you have time, you have to read this, so you can see the final command type is the executable program, vi. These commands invoke programs installed in the system which perform specific tasks. When a user types the vi command, the shell uses the path file to locate and execute the program. It's very important to understand this, and when you understand this, or when you already answered this question, then you know what is this about. If you don't understand it till now, please see the previous video. If you still have issues with them, then please search in your native language about this topic. What happens when you type a command in Linux, and what is the relation of the command with the path. It's important, it's very important, crucial that you understand what is happening and why sometimes you get command not found. Why is that? All right, so let's move forward. And here we have the concept of code. And here I can go through it like this. So if you type echo hello, then you will see hello in the screen. But what about if you would like to echo an output of a command? So for example, if you would like to echo ls or echo the date, for example, if you type date, it's a command in Linux that prints out the current date. So if you type echo and then you say date, then you will get date, because this will be considered as an argument to the echo, which is only a string, but you need it as a command. So in this case, you can tell Linux that this is a command. You can use this one and the output will be like this. You can type echo today is today is the date, like this. So what about if you just type it like this? Then it will be printed out like it is without a specific command. All right, you can also do something like this. This is a special character here, so you put like this, and now it's considered as a special character, and the output is going to be only date, because this is now not a this is only a special character to be printed out. However, I think it's not something important, but nice to know. Sometimes you see it when you deal with the shell script, that we will talk about it also later in upcoming videos, in one of the upcoming videos. All right, so what else you need to know? So for example, if you would like to print the content of the date, then you can represent it like this. There is a $sign, and here you put the command between two parentheses, and then it's going to print it out as a command itself. However, it's up to you. You can also do something like this to get the output in this way. And also I already have done with this. And also when you print echo. This is a command like this, and then you will print it out, the command in this way. As I mentioned, we will use them when we talk about shell script. All right, so what about if you would like to list all or all the folders and files start with D, then you can put an asterisk. So this is like a joker or a wildcard. So here, when you echo D, then all the directories will be listed or printed out starting with D. When you do something like this, then you will get only D. All right, remember, this is very important. And here, let's say I will echo, so let's say ls, and you have seen here many IoT. Then let's say echo anything starting with I. Okay, you can see now I'm listing all the files started or files that are starting with I, and also you can replace it with ls. And here I list only all the files start with I. Okay, the next is a control statement. Here you can run the first command and then you put semicolon and then second comma and the third comma. So Linux will execute them in sequence. This is the first one, and then this is the second one, and then this is the third one, and the output is going to be hello Linux student. Okay, this is semicolon, and if this false, it means that the command is not executed. Okay, so let's then, since it's semicolon, then Linux will just ignore this and move forward and run the next one. If it's okay, then it's going to be executed. Otherwise, it's going to be skipped. Okay, let's do this. I think this is important. So for example, I will do echo hi and then semicolon, and then I'm going to say this is not command, hi 2, and then echo hi 3. Again, here should be semicolon. And as you can see here, the first one echo is printed out, and then it says that this is not executed. There is no command with EHCO. However, you get this message, but Linux continues and move forward and printed the third one. So it's a semicolon. That is the power of semicolon. If you have a comma or and only in this way, then you will get something different. So if you have them with an and, ampersand, and as you can see here now, the first one is executed. The second one, there is an error, but Linux did not continue and stopped here. You cannot see H3 because this is an AND. Also, you have an OR, so if this one is executed, it's okay. Otherwise, you can represent the OR in 2 vertical bars, and then you get the output of this. All right, so these are control statements that we will use them when we will go through shell scripts. This is another topic, but from now you should know how to deal with them. If you see them, then you know how is the output is going to be. Okay, that's all with this video, and I will see you in the next chapter.